Possible tornadoes touched down in Osceola and Orange counties. How they popped up out of nowhere. Plus, a 3-year-old boy is dead and 3 women are facing charges, including the boy's mother. What officials are saying about this investigation. And the search is on for a pair of Polk County thieves. Why they're likely to attract your attention. And thank you for joining us live at 10 o'clock here on News 13. I'm Sharon Stone. Tornado warnings earlier across much of Osceola and southern Orange County. Meteorologist Mallory Nichols joins us out live to talk a little bit more. You know, it was so quiet most of the day, and then where did these come from?
Yeah, well, you know, when we have the east and west coast sea breeze setting up and tracking inland, as they collide, they can tend to spin things up. As we saw tonight, very quickly, in about a 30-minute time span, we had the collision, we had the storms pop up, and then we had the tornado warnings. And we did get reports of funnel clouds across Osceola County, as well as even some tornado touchdowns in areas. And the National Weather Service tends to go in and actually report or check out the damage in areas. And
a 3-year-old boy is dead and 3 women are facing charges after the child was found barely breathing at an apartment this afternoon. Deputies arrested the boy's mother and 2 women, allegedly friends of the mother, in connection with the boy's death. Investigators say this happened at a home in Eagle Landing Apartments. That's off Silver Star Road in Pine Hills. The Orange County Sheriff's Office is now calling this a homicide investigation. Charges have not yet been released.
We're questioning them right now on what happened to this poor innocent little boy.
It is unclear how the boy was initially injured. Florida Highway Patrol continues to search for a man after failing to serve him a felony warrant today. This morning, troopers arrived at a residence on Beggs Road to arrest William Brian Urban for aggravated assault of a law enforcement officer. When a trooper approached Urban's home, no one came to the door. The trooper noticed there was movement inside of the home and called for backup.
We had telephone contact with him at some point to where we were able to speak to him a little bit, informed him, look, just walk on outside, put some handcuffs, and that's it.
Additional troopers were called in, but after tear gas was deployed inside the mobile home and troopers entered the residence, Urban was gone. Back in 2016, officials say Urban tried to run over a trooper during a traffic stop. Troopers have been trying to locate him since the incident. Urban is currently out on bond for grand theft and burglary.
I'm excited to announce my candidacy for Orange County Mayor during the 2018 election cycle.
You heard him say it. Sheriff Jerry Demings is running for Orange County Mayor. We first broke the news last night after he filed. He made the official announcement this afternoon, but he's not running unopposed. There are 2 other candidates for the 2018 Orange County mayoral election. One is Robert Mellison. Mellison says he is a certified carpenter and has a business degree and a background in civil and mechanical engineering. The other is Jose Colon. He lived in Orange County for 22 years and owns a downtown parking business. Both candidates are trying to make their case for Orange County Mayor.
I'm probably the hardest, the people.
The mayoral election takes place in November of 2018. Meanwhile, FDLE Special Agent Danny Banks says he's always been interested in the idea of running for sheriff, especially now there is a chance a seat could be opening up. In a statement, Banks says, I believe we are at an important time in public safety and the next election is critical. I look forward to exploring more about a potential run for sheriff and talking to citizens about their concerns in the coming months. Lake County deputies arrest a man they say assaulted an autistic deaf man. Deputies say 26-year-old Tyler McCorvey beat the victim yesterday while he was standing on a street corner. The victim is affectionately called the Mineola superhero by residents because he stands on street corners dressed in a Superman costume, waving at cars and people as they pass by. McCorvey is facing several charges, including aggravated abuse on a disabled person. In Brevard County, 2 men arrested in connection with a kidnapping in Melbourne had their first appearance before a judge. Investigators say Tyrone Reynolds Jr. and Terrell Carpenter held someone at gunpoint and forced them in a vehicle late last night. Police stopped that vehicle and found a loaded gun in the glove box. Both Reynolds, seen on the right, and Carpenter, there on the left, are convicted felons. They are not allowed to have firearms. Both were denied bond. Amendment 2 passed overwhelmingly, but putting it into law has been a daunting task for lawmakers, especially now with the state facing a lawsuit against a smoking ban. But as News 13's Erin Murray reports, there is a business that helps patients and doctors learn more about medical marijuana, treatment options, and regulations.
News 13.
Orlando police are searching for 3 suspects they say stole thousands of dollars in electronics from a Walmart in Orlando. This happened back in June off Narcoossee Road. Investigators say working as a team, the trio systematically broke open a locked electronics cabinet and hid $15,000 of electronics inside a cardboard car seat box. Authorities are looking for these 2 men and this woman they say were seen on surveillance video heading to a self-checkout with the car seat box filled with electronics, paying and leaving the store. It wasn't until after they left that employees discovered the missing electronics. We're talking 32 Apple Watches, 22 Apple Watch bands, 11 different cell phones, 5 Apple keyboards, and 3 notebook tablets. All told, $15,615 worth of electronics. OPD is asking anyone with information to call Crime Line at 1-800-423-TIPS. Moving to Polk County now, where deputies are searching for a pair of violent thieves that attacked an employee at a Home Depot. News 13's Sandra Weathers has the story. Check out. It's time for your Weather on the Ones forecast. Mallory Nichols joins us now live from the Weather Center, and it was so quiet the whole evening, and then it wasn't quiet. It really was quite a scene out there.
Yeah, it can definitely catch people off guard when you see sunshine all day and then all of a sudden strong.
At the water parks, you're sweating, you're dripping, you're probably hungry. So we pounded the pavement to discover our Fave 5 water park friendly noshes at Disney's Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. That's where News 13 entertainment reporter Allison Walker-Torres is in this Attractions Insider report. Violence in Germany reached its peak today with several cars set on fire, windows smashed, and even an attack against a police helicopter. Meanwhile, behind closed doors, President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin met for the first time. According to U.S. officials, President Trump repeatedly pressed Putin about alleged Russian interference in the presidential election, but the Russian leader denied any involvement. Our Washington Bureau reporter Alberto Pimienta has details. The Election Commission is also asking states for information about felony convictions voters may have. Florida is not giving the commission that either because convictions are tracked by county election supervisors, not the state. The Republican Party is still struggling to find the 50 votes needed to pass a new health care plan. Kansas Senator Jerry Moran says he does not support the current plan. He says it will endanger the elderly and hurt rural hospitals. Some are calling to repeal Obamacare now and replace it later. Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa says that will make people insecure, but he says the system needs to change.
Now, your health care plans are dictated by law from Washington, D.C., one size fits all. It's got to fit into either bronze or silver or gold or platinum, and you're going to have more choice.
The Congressional Budget Office predicts 22 million fewer people will have insurance with the Senate GOP health care bill. Gonorrhea is getting harder to treat with antibiotics, and experts say in some cases it's impossible. The World Health Organization collected data from more than 70 countries and found the STD is showing widespread resistance to drugs that once cleared the infection. In some countries, it's become, quote, untreatable by all known antibiotics. There are more than 800,000 new cases in the U.S. every year. Health experts say gonorrhea is one of 11 types of bacteria that poses a serious threat to human health because of the urgent need for new antibiotics. The WHO has called for the development of a vaccine to prevent the STD. County by county now, starting in Orange County, where the City Beautiful takes a top spot in the best U.S. cities for recreation. The report put out by Wallet Hub took things like basic living costs, quality of parks, weather, and accessibility to entertainment facilities into consideration. Florida has 5 cities on this list, Orlando at number 1, Tampa at 4, Miami and Jacksonville at 46 and 47, and Hialeah just makes the cut, landing at spot number 98. Turning now to Flagler County, where the Sheriff's Office will be celebrating its 100th anniversary on Monday. There'll be an event at the Sheriff's Operations Center off of East Moody Boulevard in Bunnell at 11 a.m. This is to celebrate the history of the agency and also to unveil its Agency History Museum. Finally, in Orange County, the Drum Corps International is returning to Orlando tomorrow. Several top-tier corps will be competing at Camping World Stadium as part of the 45th anniversary summer tour. This is the first time DCI has been to Orlando in 5 years. This is happening tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. In economic news, U.S. employers added the most jobs in 4 months, 222,000 jobs for the month of June. However, the unemployment rate ticked up 0.1% to 4.4%. The Labor Department says that's because more Americans are looking for work.